Hello everyone. Today let's solve the problem number 1070, product sale analysis 3, right? So what the question states here, we are given two tables. You can clearly see here we have sales table here, this one, and we have the product table as well. We have the sales and product table here. So we are given two tables. One is sales table that contains information about product sales, including the sales ID, product ID, year of sale, quantity sold, and price per unit. You can clearly see here, this one I'm speaking of, right? So everything here, everything is of the type integer, right? Sale ID, product ID, year, quantity, and price, all are of the type this one, integer, right? So this is fine. So next, what does the product table contain here? Product table contains product details, including the product ID and product name. So product ID is of the type integer and product name is of the type varchar, right? So so I hope what does sales and product table contents is clear. So next, what is our main goal then? So here we have to write the SQL query to return the product ID, first year of sale, quantity sold, and price for the first year each product that was sold. Again, I'm telling, just listen to this, then let's discuss accordingly with the example, right? So whatever the question they have given, whatever they have asked us to do, let's discuss the same thing with the help of example. So what we need to do here, what is our main goal here? We have to write the SQL query to return the product ID, this one, to return the product ID, first year of sale, again I'm telling, this is important, first year of sale, quantity sold, uh, and price for the first year each product was sold, right? Now let's come to the example one here. So we have sales table here. You can clearly see we have sales table as well as we have this one, product table here. Just give me a second. Yeah, we have sales table and we have product table here. Same. So whatever they have mentioned in the question, that we have sales ID, product ID, year, quantity, and price accordingly, right? 1 to 7 sales ID we have, product ID 100, 100, 200 we have, year we have 8, 9, 11, quantity we have 10, 12, 15, and price we have 5,000, 5,000, and 9,000. This is the product table. Basically product ID 100, 200, 300, and product name is Nokia, Apple, Samsung. That's what they have given here. So how we got the product ID here 100? So just give me a second here. Yeah, how we got the product ID, first year, quantity, and the price? We know that what we need to find here, basically we need to write the SQL query to return the product ID, first year of sale. So this is very important. First year of sale, quantity sold, how many number of this thing product is sold, right? So that is quantity sold, and the price of for the first year each product was sold. These are the things that we need to return or find out, right, in the form of output that we need to return, right? So how we got this one? Basically, first thing here is we need to observe for the product 100. So this one I'm speaking of, for the product 100, product ID 100, we have this one I'm speaking of. For the product 100, we have Nokia here, right? So the earliest sale year is 2008. You can clearly see here the earliest sale here is 2008, right? So for the product 100, the earliest sale year is 2008. So we will select the record with the quantity 10. Here we have the quantity 10, right? You can clearly see here we are considering the product ID 100, nothing but product name is Nokia, right? We are considering this one for the Nokia. Year 2008 will consider quantity 10 and price 5,000. This one we will consider, right, for the product 100. Next, let's go with the product 200. So this one we will not consider. This one we will not consider. Sale ID 2, this one, right? This one we will not be considering, right? So first one we will consider. So the next thing here is for the product 200. Here this one I'm speaking of, this one. For the product 200, the earliest sale year is 2011. Here you can clearly see the earliest sale year is 2011. So we will select the record with the quantity 15 with a price of 9,000, right? So this one we will be considering. So this one I'm speaking of, Apple here, for the Nokia and Apple, right? 200 Apple we have. So the output that we need to return here is, in this case, 100, 2008, quantity 10 and 5000. Same goes with the apple here. So this one 200, 2011, we don't have to return the product name. They have not asked in the question, right? So we need to return product ID, first year, quantity, and the price. That's what they have asked. In this case, 15 and 9000. So they have just asked first year of sale. In this case, product ID we have, both we have 100. So the first year of sale would be 2008 here. The first year of sale here would be 2011 here. That is the reason we are considering here 2008 and 2011 in this case. So that is the reason we are considering 100 and 200 in this case. That is the reason we have 10 and 15 and here 5000 and 9000. I hope this is completely clear. Why we are considering only 2008, not the 2009 here? Because first year of sale. I stressed this one while reading the question or while explaining the question, right? What we need to find out. So that is the reason we are going with 100 and 200 here. Only 3 we have in the same sales table, right? Product ID 100, 100 and 200, right? With the sale ID. So that is how we got 100 and 200 here. So same goes with this one. 100 for the product ID 100 and 200, we have year, quantity and price already mentioned here, right? Same thing we will be displaying in the or returning in the form of output here. So I hope this is completely clear. This is what they have asked us to do. This is what the question states, right? So I hope the question is completely clear, and what we need to do is completely clear as well. First, what we will do, we will discuss the approach. We will, again I'm telling, we will discuss the approach and then we will write the query, right? So we will discuss the approach step by. So let's discuss the approach step by step. First step here we'll be going with, so we have to identify the first sale year for each product, right? So we have to identify the first sale year for each product. We should consider only the first sale year, right? We will not be going with the second year sale or the next third year sale. So we should consider only the first sale year for each product, right? First we have to identify first we will be identifying the first sale year for each product. So we will be making use of the min keyword that is provided by this word SQL, right? We will use the min function here with the group by. Why we will be making use of the group by here? What is the necessity here? We have to find the first sale year for each product. So we will be making use of the group by as well. So we will be making use of the min function along with the group by to find the first sale year for each product. Just keep this in mind. So you'll get to know when we write the query clearly, right? So let's go with the second step here. We have to get the complete sale record for the first year. So we have to get the complete sale record for the first year. That is what we need to find for every product or for each product ID, right? So we have to get the complete sale record for the first year. This is very important. So we will be making use of the inner join. Why will be making use of the inner join? So we will be making use of the inner join on the sales table with a subquery, because it gives the first year of sale for each product. So that is the reason we'll be making use of the inner join on sales table, because it gives the first year of the sale for each product. We need to find the first year, this one, what do you call, first year of sale for each product. For every product we need to find, right? In the example we had 100, 100 and 200, right? So this was the first year sale. This was for 2008. This was for 2009. I forgot for this one 200. Let's consider 2010 or 2012, anything, something. Here, this was the first year sale for the 100. This is the first year sale for this one 200, right? In this case. So we have to find the first year sale for each product. That is the reason we'll be going with the inner join on sales table, right? With a subquery that gives the first year of sale of each product, right? So this is the second step. So what is the third step here? We will return the required column. We have to return the required column. So what are the required columns? What is the required column here? What are all the things that they have asked in the question? That is nothing but required column. So if you remember the product ID we need to return. So next, the other things, right? So whatever they have given us to return, whatever they have asked in the question. So in this case, we will select the product ID, first year, quantity and price. These are the things they have asked. So we will return the required columns. In this case, we will select product ID, first year, quantity and price from the result, right? So this is the approach that we will be going with. So this is the approach that we will be going with. First thing here is identify the first sale year for each product. Second thing here is we will get the complete sale record for the first year. and the third thing here is we will return the required columns. So this is the approach that we'll be going with. Now, as we know the approach, it will be easier to write the query. So now let's start writing the query. So now let's start writing the query. Here, what was the first step that we discussed? Basically, we have to find the first year each product was sold, right? We have to find the first year each product was sold. I'll start with keyword here. I'll just give here first year sales here in this case. I'll just give as here in this case. So what is the step here? The first step here, we have to find the first year each product was sold. So let me go with the select here. Select. Let's go with the this one, product ID. Based on the product ID itself, we are going, right? Let me copy this one here in this case. Let me paste it over here, product ID. And if you remember in the approach, I said we will be making use of min keyword, min of year as first year, right? So minimum means it will consider the first one, right? So first one that is present accordingly with the product ID. So we have selected the product ID. Based on the product ID, we will be selecting the first one, right? So that is the reason we will be making use of the min keyword here. So let me go with here, min keyword, min of, let me give year here. Year, min of year as first year. So this one will be first year. So the next step here is this is coming from the sales table, right? So this is coming from the sales table. So let me write here from. So let me copy here sales. So let me give here sales, right? So again, if you remember in the approach, we said that we'll be going with a group by. Based on the product ID, we are will be grouping, right? So let me type here group by product ID. So let me copy this one again. So let me paste it over here. This is fine. This is the first step, if you remember. So we are finding the first year each product was sold. Second step was, if you remember, we have to get the sales record for the first year of each product, whatever they have asked us to find out. This one, product ID, first year, quantity and price. Based on the first year of each product, we have to get the sales record. So accordingly with the product ID, right? So that's what we will be doing in the second step. Let me quickly give select here. It's dot product ID. Let me copy this one. I paste it over here and f dot first year, right? So let me copy this one. Let me paste it over here and quantity, right? So this is coming from sales. So I'll just give here s dot quantity. Where is quantity? This one, sales table. This is coming from. So this is fine. S dot quantity, and also we have to consider the price here for the output. Here you can clearly see product ID, first year, quantity and price, right? So let me copy this one from here itself. It is coming from sales table. So let me give here price. This is fine. This is coming from first year sales. So first year sales, this one we need to consider. So let me paste this one here. F. So here we have to join the sales table, right? So let me join sales table here. So we are going with the inner join, as I've said, as we had discussed in the this one approach, if you remember. So that is why I'm using join sales here. Yes, on. So product ID will be considering here this one, sales s dot product ID equals let me consider f, right? F dot product ID. So let me copy the same thing. So it was already copied, I think. This is fine. And year we have to consider first year, right? S dot year. Let me consider this one, f dot first year. Where is first year? First underscore year we have considered. Let me paste the same thing over here. So this is it for the query. What we did here, we are rating the query to get the sales record for the first year of each product from the line number 10, right? From line number 3 to line number 8, what we did, basically, I have already explained that one. We were finding the first year each product was sold in this case. So this is it for the query. Let me hit the run button. I hope this works. Let's see. So here you can clearly see the sample test case is getting passed. Let me quickly hit the submit button. Sorry. Yeah, you can clearly see here now all the test cases are getting passed. Means the query works absolutely correct on this case. I hope whatever the query that we have written is completely clear. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.